So weird. I see. Okay. There it is. Look at that. Okay. Alrighty. Build your ad. Just posted at that point, right? So, okay. All right, so first, broker creates, I guess, okay, so broker creates firm or creates employer account on Indeed. Broker creates an ad on Indeed. The ad will read as follows. Now that it's built out, the next step of this process is to post it. Usually within a day. I guess this is step 3. Applicants. Usually within a day, you'll begin to gather applicants. Okay. Recommendation is to run it for a week to hit that 150 mark. Call each individual applicant. What we used to do is call each individual applicant minute briefing. This is very inefficient. So instead, so that the prospects can pre-qualify themselves. Position. Bidding portal also gives the candidates a video, short video, what to expect in the real estate industry. That way you don't get people that are assuming it's going to be a quick paycheck, nothing more. Only ones that are serious about doing real estate will go through the short unskippable video on what to expect. That way you don't get people that are assuming it's going to be a quick paycheck and nothing more. Only ones that are serious about doing real estate will go through the process of the vetting process. How many did that take? Oh, okay, that took like freaking 5 tokens there. Okay, so spec, so execution log to show. Okay. First, if the spec check finds the repo file and its log commit shows commits beyond our hash of proof center v1, paste those entries back to me before continuing because it means work shipped that our plan doesn't know about. All right. So second, when lovable list its change files, a healthy answer is small curriculum.ts, a handful of page files, one new test spec. If it starts touching schema files or doesn't components, stop it and bring the file list here. Come back and I'll write the next. All right, so let's just go ahead and then go into lovable here. Let's go to the code decode. And then let's see if we could find, what was the name of that? Curriculum.ts. the one I didn't open. That's probably what we want. That seems good. So let's just download that. And then I attach curriculum.ts. All right. And while that's thinking, continue writing. So now that it's built out, the next step of this process is to post it. Usually within a day, you'll begin to gather applicants. My recommendation is to run it for a week to hit that 150 applicant mark. What we used to do was to call each individual applicant to have a 15-minute briefing. This is very inefficient. I made the vetting portal so that the prospects can pre-qualify themselves for the position. Aside from just a vetting portal, it also gives the candidates a short, unskippable cutscene or video on what to expect in the real estate industry. That way you don't get people that are assuming it's gonna be a quick paycheck and nothing more. Only ones that are serious about doing real estate will go through the vetting process. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. 4. I would actually say I guess maybe this is 4, and then this is 3. Set up automated chat settings. Set up automated chat replies. That send the prospect a vetting portal link. Your vetting portal link. Vetting portal link. Your individual portal link that'll live inside your ape dashboard. You'll be granted an individual portal link that'll live inside of your ape recruiting dashboard. Recruiting dashboard. So really it is number 1. Wow, so we're learning more. So actually the first step is sign into ape. Sign into AIP or create an account in AIP. No need to put a credit card on file, just basic info on you and your company. It's a good idea to fill your profile out, because that is what the recruits will see. Prospects, recruits will see more professional better. Include your website, and socials. So that's gonna be 2. This is gonna be 3. I will read as follows. Set up automated chat replies that send the prospect your vetting portal link. You'll be granted an individual portal link that'll live inside of your AIP recruiting dashboard. Socials. This will grant you a recruiting dashboard. So grant you a recruiting dashboard, just basic info, you and your company. This is what recruits to see. It's mandatory to be sure. I guess you have to have a license number, right? This will grant you a recruiting dashboard. Broker creates an employer account on Indeed. Broker creates an ad on Indeed. The ad will read as follows. The other details of your ad. Okay. Set up automated chat replies that send the prospect your vetting portal link. You'll be granted an individual portal link that will live inside your AIP recruiting dashboard. Okay. All right, cool. Now that that's built out, I think that we can chill for now on that and stay in here. So good first build. I read the return curriculum.ts line by line and checked the report against the plan. Verdict, accept with 3 follow-ups before calling it done. Here's a breakdown. What's right? Split is exactly 433,465. Total lessons is derived instead of hand type. DB naming stayed untouched with the mapping document. The boundary, the file's own comments now teach the module, not weak roll to the next session that opens it. Okay, good. Spec file came back empty, which is actually clean news. No repo copy exists, so our restored spec stands canonical and risk H10 closes. Okay. Both now recorded. It added active flags to videos as well as quizzes and questions. That's beyond the letter of work order 1, but it's the right way to retire content without deleting, and it pre-builds part of DM6, which makes work order 7 cheaper later. And remove the manual card source from the retired lesson, which drops the manual to 21 cards. The card content isn't lost, get history, and can feed the practical scenarios bonus sessions when you produce G10. Shared seed data bleeding between tests, not a real regression, but 2 of the files touched were lesson access and quiz function, so it has to be proven, not assumed. Quiz submission flake, module 1, documented pre-existing behavior, park it unless it survives the isolation fix. Okay. The migration updated the read policies, and I want to see exactly what changed before trusting it. RLS is the integrity story. M dashes. Oh boy. Promise lines guarantee likely pre-existing rather than introduced here. So they die now while we're in the file. Okay. Test isolation, lesson gating. Find the cause. If specs share seeded state or run against the same user concurrently, isolate them per spec, seed data, or zero execution for those 2 specs. Then run the full suite twice in a row and paste both results. Do not weaken or remove any assertions to get a pass. Nothing is readable now that was not readable before. Okay, good. That's what it should do. Kill it. Kill the M dashes. It comes back with 2 consecutive green rooms. All right. Okay, now while that's going, let's come back here. So now that it's built out, the next step of this process is to post it. So usually within a day, you begin to gather applicants. Right. Review applicant entries. Potential. In a few different categories. Ultimately, it is up to you to decide forward with. Because it makes the test uncheatable or more difficult to cheat. Test difficult to cheat. And cheat. And B, demonstrates a base level of technical competency needed to be successful in today's industry. Industry C. And C. Proof of life that your applicant is a real person that isn't afraid to put themselves there a little. Six. This is the part where the brokers can select inside of the agent dashboard to move forward. Who to move forward with. They can, they should have a list view of recruits inside of their dashboard. They are able to open more details on that person along with resume, their resume. Better recruiting dashboard also functions as a what the site uses to build you've been accepted or rejected letter to the candidates. You've been accepted or rejected letter to the candidates. Build out the broker's branded you've been accepted or rejected letter to the candidates. Yes, bro. Yes. This is good. Okay, broker employee creates an employer account on Indeed. Now that's built out, the next step of this process is to post it, boom, review applicant entries. It will grade them on potential and competencies in a few different categories. Ultimately, it's up to you. Default retreat demonstrates baseline level of technical competency and proof of life that your applicant is a real person and real person that isn't afraid to put themselves out there. I don't need the little quantifier, do I? Okay, this is a part where they can select inside of the agent dashboard who to move forward with. A little bit more details. There should be 3 buttons in there that read next step. Maybe reject. fit. Post it. Indeed is going to ask you for an ad budget. I run it with $500 both times, and I received 163 applicants. 20 applicants and 163 applicants a week time frame. Your budget should reflect how many agents you want to have. You are going for 15, 4 or 5 at a time, then 500 is a good place to start. Good place to start, okay? I will grade them on potential competencies in a few different categories. Ultimately, it's up to you to decide who to move forward with. This is the part where they can select inside the agent dashboard who to move forward with. Not a fit. The recruit's personal email from the broker's business/personal email. The results. Only generator or these buttons run a wizard that can auto email the recruit's personal email from the brokers. I guess the broker is first prompted with a question as to whether or not they would like to notify the candidate of their decision. Email the recruits from the AIP recruiting portal. Broker is first prompted with a question as to whether or not they would like to notify the candidate of their decision. Okay. Question as to whether or not. Ooh. Oh my god, it's actually only. I just realized it is only display capture. It's only doing that, right? So it should be. Why is it only doing that? Oh, what the hell, dude? How did this get messed up now? This is so weird, bro. That is so weird. Let's see. Showing my whole. Heated. Pin links. That's so annoying, dude. It's only showing Claude. So weird.